Hey guys, it's me again. I'm gonna start this week's off by reading a verse. So it's gonna be found in James 2 from 14 to 18. So yeah, here it goes. And it reads like this: What good is it, my brothers, if a man claims to have faith but has no deeds? Can such a faith save him? Suppose a brother or a sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to him, "Go, I wish you well, keep warm and well fed," but does nothing about his physical needs, what good is it? In the same way, faith by itself, if it's not accompanied by action, is dead. But someone will say, "You have faith, I have deeds. Show me your faith without deeds, and I will show you my faith by what I do." Amen. So that is pretty much a challenge in knowing that, you know what, a person, you're not just going to be like, "Oh yeah, you know what, I wish I could help you," or "I wish this and this and this." No, like, you can. And today, basically, I hope that this week can be a motivational video blog thing, in being able to say that, you know what, you don't have to be a major preacher or even super rich to be able to help someone in need. And basically, that's it. That, you know, we're here, and we're here to help people, help each other. And you can say, you know, "I believe that I want to go out and make a big difference in the lives of a lot of other people," and that's what we're here for. Ultimately, all of us have a good purpose, and we believe that our lives are consist of something more than just being idle or just being here. And that's true. We weren't created to just sit here and do nothing. So this is supposed to, hopefully this can motivate you to want to do something more than what you've been doing. If you've been trying to help the needy or those around you, congratulations. You know, that's really something that comes from the heart, something that requires a lot of motivation and drive and a lot of will. So hopefully that can just go to the next level. I would encourage you to do something in your community, whoever you are, whether you be in a small community or a larger community. A couple ideas could be maybe a food bank, and you could probably get a bunch of friends, especially if you're like super popular and you talk to a lot of people. It'd be really cool if you can use that gift to being able to of communication to organize a food bank. Have some of your friends or their parents and people just gather in one spot and just bring, cans of food or anything that you think would be helpful. And then once you have gathered as much as you think is necessary, go out to people that you know don't have any, or to maybe neighborhoods that haven't had don't really have, a lot of maybe finances to be able to support their families. If there's anything you can do there, like even if it's just through a food bank, like, you should do it. It'd be really good. That's what, we're planning on doing. So hopefully that can like work out and help in some way, and let them know, what, you're special and you're loved. And maybe you're feeling at this moment, you're probably feeling like if you aren't, loved, or if you don't have everything you want or you need at this moment. But know that meanwhile there's life, you have hope, and hope for a new future and all of that, hope for a better future. And basically it takes someone to act upon what they believe in order to make the difference. Once you have that faith, it's followed by actions. You're going to make a difference in other people's life. But the beauty about it is that while you're making a difference in someone else's life, your life is being transformed, and your life is being changed and blessed in a greater way than you can imagine. The Bible says that it's greater it is to give than to receive, and we're going to hold on to that. And this week, I encourage you, just, for a week, just to encourage you to try to do something for somebody else. And one idea could be a food bank. Another thing you could do is maybe just gather a lot of water bottles filled with water, and go and just hand them out to the people that are selling newspapers. That people are out there doing a job, their humble job, and whatever it is that they're doing is their humble way and their honest way of making a living. So if you see someone that's out on the street, maybe cutting grass or cutting the yard or whatever, and if you have a water bottle on you, just gather water bottles, and you can go and just hand them out, distribute those, and knowing that you're making a difference in their lives. That someone is watching them and someone is caring for them, along with giving them supplies. Prayer is also, recommended to pray, and know that what you're doing isn't just an action that's from your outermost being to that person, but it's something that comes from within, and it's going to be making a difference if you so believe. Another thing you can do is probably have maybe even donate clothes, or have a bake sale and donate some money. Another thing that you could do that doesn't necessarily require money. But one thing you could do is, if there's a nursing home perhaps around you, and you feel that, if this is what maybe the Lord would want you to do in this week, just try to organize a couple of friends that could go over to these nursing homes and maybe perhaps pray for them or talk to them, spend time in getting to know who these people are that maybe have been forgotten by their loved ones. So that would be something great, and it would be a difference. A lot of people in nursing homes, and a lot of people that are, elder, don't really, they might not find pleasure in PSPs or in iPods as we do, but whatever it is that they might find pleasure, it could be company and just communicating and talking to. I encourage you to do that as well. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about as far as, those are my ideas on James 2, 14, and 18, and how I encourage you this week to make a difference in your community. It could even be at school. This is the last week of school for a lot of you youth, for a lot of you people, or maybe you at work. Just know that it could be something like opening the door for somebody else. If you've always had the door open for you, open it for someone else. Do a good act, believing, having that faith that, I can make a difference. You don't have to say anything to anybody, but a simple hug or something that you think could reach out from the heart is going to make a difference. If God is there, and He's there, and if He's the one that's guiding you to do things, He will. Another thing, okay, movie review. This week's movie is The Long Shots, and star actor is our own Ice Cube, and he surprises me how he can go from comedy and then something serious. And I don't know if for all of those who have seen the movie, my favorite part of that movie was when her dad comes and says, "Give your hand to your father," and she decides not to give it to her biological father, but to the one that has been there acting as her own father, which was Ice Cube. And that to me just meant more that it's not about the title, but it's more about what you do with what you have that makes who you are. I don't even know if that makes sense. Basically, that's it. That it's not so much what you it's not so much your title or what you're called. You're called this and you're called that. That's awesome. Titles, right? But titles don't limit you, and they don't make you either. You make who you are, and it's what you do that defines what you are. It's not what name is given to you. So just go out there and act upon what you are, who you are, and not so much what people think you are, because that's pretty much not, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're still who you are, regardless their opinions. So, and the song of the week is Never Let Go by Matt Reedman, I believe. And that song is talking about, even the first verse, it goes, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death." Just that line, knowing that obviously we're going through some pretty hard times. We're living in the rough world and rough just world, right? And there's a lot of people out there who aren't really sensitive to a lot of people's needs. You hear nowadays how people are murdering their parents, and parents murdering their children. And then especially with some of like us, we live in the southernmost part of the United States, and we're really close to the Mexican border, where there's a lot of riots and a lot of just rebels going out there and trying to be harmful, and it's very dangerous. And we're living in a time in this world where it's really hard to just believe that there's good in people, but we need to take that step of faith and just know that if God is with us, who can be against us? So that song is Never Let Go, because God never lets go. He never lets go of us. Doesn't matter what we're going through, guys. I just encourage you, just keep going. We're almost there, and we're fighting for what we believe, and that's what's worthwhile, and that's gonna make a difference in people's life. And even if it's just one person that we're able to reach out to, that's what matters, and that's what you're here for. I didn't really have any petitions. I really didn't have a lot of subscribers, but there weren't a lot of petitions. Basically, if you have a petition, go ahead. I'm still encouraging petitions. Anybody who wants to just a prayer request, anything that we could pray for as a whole, because I'm not the only one that's going to be praying, but all of us. Go ahead and post your petition. If there is any testimonies, anybody who wants to give thanks to God for anything, go ahead and keep posting those. So yeah, and let's just keep praying for the United States of America, because You know, our future is in, you know, Obama in his hands. I mean, not only his hands, but in this government. And let's just, you know, pray that what we stand for remains and our moral values don't diminish. So, with that in mind, I'm gonna leave you with that. And basically, yes, this week is week of change. Let's call that week of change. And it's kind of catchy too. Week of change. But this week is gonna be a week of change, and where you can go out to your community and just make a difference. So let's do it, guys. God bless you. Bye bye.